2.2 Strategic Vision. Navigating Complexity in a Globalized World. Introduction. The centrality of vision in global leadership. In the 21st century landscape of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, VUCA, strategic vision, stands as a non-negotiable core competency for global leaders. Strategic vision refers to the ability to not only anticipate and interpret large-scale global transformations, but to translate those insights into coherent, actionable strategies that drive organizational innovation, resilience, and long-term impact. It bridges the micro-level of operational decisions with the macro-level of global forces, ensuring that leaders are not merely reactive, but proactive and visionary in their approach to leadership. Unlike tactical or short-term planning, strategic vision is forward-looking, integrative, and adaptive. It considers the full range of global trends, economic, technological, demographic, environmental, and geopolitical, and embeds them within an organization's mission and growth trajectory. This allows global leaders to prepare their institutions not just to survive disruptions, but to thrive through transformation. 1. Characteristics of strategic vision. Strategic vision is not a vague or abstract quality. It is a composite of several key characteristics. Foresight, the ability to predict and prepare for long-term shifts, rather than short-term trends. Systems thinking, understanding how interconnected forces such as globalization, technology, and climate change shape industries and societies. Purpose alignment, the capacity to align organizational purpose with global societal needs, such as sustainability and inclusion. Innovation orientation, a commitment to continuously exploring new models, markets, and methods of value creation. Adaptive learning, a readiness to revise the strategic course based on new data, emergent trends, or feedback loops. These elements allow leaders to lead from the future, not just in the present. 2. Strategic vision in action. Responding to key global challenges. Climate change and sustainability. Visionary leaders no longer view climate change as a peripheral issue. Instead, it is seen as a central strategic concern, both a risk multiplier and a business opportunity. Leaders with strategic vision understand climate risk must be integrated into financial planning, risk management, and operations. Regulatory landscape. EU's Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive demand ESG, environmental, social, governance compliance. The transition to a green economy opens avenues for innovation, such as renewable energy, sustainable supply chains, and circular business models. Example: Paul Polman, former CEO of Unilever, embedded sustainability into the company's core strategy, launching the Unilever Sustainable Living Plan. This not only reduced environmental footprint, but also drove innovation and consumer trust, anticipating regulatory and social shifts years ahead. B. Digital transformation and technological disruption. Strategic vision entails seeing digital transformation not as a threat to legacy systems, but as a catalyst for reinvention. Cloud computing, AI, big data, and blockchain are reshaping. Industry's leaders must strategically invest in these tools. Cybersecurity, data ethics, and digital inclusion are emerging governance concerns. Business models are shifting from ownership to platforms, from products to services, and from supply chains to value networks. Example: Satya Nadella's strategic vision at Microsoft transformed the company from a software product vendor into a cloud-based services platform, with a renewed focus on AI, developer tools, and open-source collaboration, securing long-term relevance and global dominance. C. Geopolitical realignments and multipolarity. The post-Cold War unipolar order is giving way to multipolarity, marked by power shifts toward China, India, and other emerging economies. Visionary leaders analyze international political shifts to anticipate market access, challenges, or opportunities. Understand the strategic importance of supply chain diversification. Amid trade tensions, invest in diplomacy, compliance, and local partnerships to hedge against geopolitical shocks. Example: global automotive companies have strategically split manufacturing bases across Southeast Asia, Mexico, and Africa to reduce exposure to China-US trade volatility. 3. Strategic vision and demographic transformation. Demographic changes, such as aging populations in developed economies, youth bulges in developing countries, urbanization, and migration, reshape workforce dynamics, consumption patterns, and political priorities. Visionary leaders recognize the need to reskill and upskill workers for the digital economy. The opportunity to tap into emerging middle-class markets in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. The value of building inclusive organizations that reflect multi-generational and multicultural identities. Example, companies like Nestlé and Procter & Gamble have customized marketing and product development based on demographic and cultural insights in global markets, an outcome of long-term strategic foresight. 4. The competitive edge of ESG visionaries. Firms that embed ESG into their strategic core enjoy several advantages. Market differentiation. Consumers, particularly Gen Z and millennials, prefer brands with ethical and environmental commitments. Talent attraction and retention. Employees are increasingly drawn to organizations that reflect their values. Investor trust. ESG-aligned firms are perceived as lower risk and more future-oriented. Regulatory readiness, anticipating and aligning with evolving ESG regulations, reduces legal exposure. A McKinsey report 2020 found that companies with high ESG ratings outperform their peers in both stock performance and operational efficiency over the long term. ESG is thus not only morally sound, it is strategically smart. 5. Integrating ESG across leadership functions. Strategic vision requires ESG to be fully integrated into all leadership functions. Leadership domain ESG integration. Example, strategy and planning. Scenario planning that includes climate and social risk. Finance and investment. Capital allocation towards sustainable innovation. Operations. Circular economy practices, waste and emissions reductions. Marketing and branding. Authentic storytelling aligned with ESG impact. Human resources. DEI policies, ethical labor standards, employee well-being. Risk management. ESG audit and disclosure frameworks. This cross-functional integration ensures that ESG is not siloed, but woven into the fabric of corporate decision-making. 6. Culture and governance as catalysts. No ESG strategy can succeed without the right organizational culture and governance structure. Visionary leaders foster a culture of accountability, transparency, and continuous learning. They establish ESG oversight committees, align executive compensation with ESG targets, and ensure that boards possess relevant expertise on sustainability issues. Furthermore, they promote internal ESG champions, support training programs, and communicate ESG impact through dashboards and reports accessible to all stakeholders. This transparency builds credibility and enables agile adjustments based on stakeholder feedback and evolving global standards. 7. Moving forward. ESG as a moral compass and strategic compass. In conclusion, integrating ESG into strategic vision is not merely about meeting investor expectations or enhancing brand reputation. It is about redefining the role of business in society. In a world facing ecological degradation, social inequality, and political uncertainty, ESG provides both a moral compass and a strategic compass. Visionary leaders see ESG not as a separate track, but as the very foundation of sustainable value creation. They champion systemic change, inspire stakeholder trust, and future-proof their organizations in a world that demands nothing less.